Happy Friday, Pirate Nation. Hope you guys are enjoying the long 4-day weekend. We are here wrapping up our week and making sure that we are preparing everything we can for your students to have a great week next week. We are so thankful for everything you guys do for us. I just wanted to touch base with you. We are getting closer and closer to the end of the 9 weeks. So what that means is, parents, do me a favor, make sure you are checking your students skyward. Students, it is also your responsibility to check your skyward as well. You need to make sure your grades are where they need to be so that you can pass, so you can stay on track, so you can get your credit, all the things that you need to be in order to be successful. One of the things that you are looking for are low grades that you could maybe redo depending on the class and what happens. Any zeros that you might have. Zeros is our #1 grade killer right now. Make sure you are turning your work in on time. Make sure you're getting all your work updated and in the grade book as quick as possible. So please make sure you guys are paying attention to all of those things. Take advantage of tutoring. We have tutoring each day after school. For most teachers, it just depends on the different teachers. Usually it goes from 3:05 to 3:35. Several of our teachers will stay later than that if they are needed. But speaking of tutoring, I wanted to tell you guys that are freshman parents, if you have a student that has 8th period at the high school, the main campus, and then they need to get back over to the freshman center to have tutoring with some of their freshman center teachers, we are now offering, thanks to transportation, a hotshot bus. It's a bus that as soon as the school bell rings, the students can jump on that bus and head over to the freshman center for tutoring. You'll need to pick them up after school or after tutoring over at the freshman center, but that bus will be available to them throughout the week in order to get them over there for tutoring. Guys, we want to make sure that all of your grades are where they need to be, so make sure you're staying on top of your game, studying for those tests, and doing what you need to do. That's what we're here for, is your academics and your excellence there. Now, as we continue to move forward into next week, I want to remind you guys about dress code. It is getting cooler. This was a beautiful morning this morning. I had to put on a little bit of a jacket today to drive out here before I got out here this morning. One of the things I will tell you is as we change weather, we talked about this before, oftentimes students start to wear the hoodies because it's cold outside, or in some of the classes it's cold, or they start to wear things that are out of dress code like hats and so on and so forth. What I'm telling you is use this 4-day weekend. If you haven't already done so, you've had a lot of notice, but use this 4-day weekend if you need to get a jacket like mine that has no hoodie. That's by design. You can find those out there, so please make sure that you are doing that and you're taking care of that, because what I will tell you is our process here is that if you have a hoodie on or a hat on or you're out of dress code, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take it up. So if they have it on, we're going to ask them to take it up. We usually used to let them put it in their backpack. The problem is we spend all day long chasing the same students over and over again, not because they're being defiant, but because the temptation's there. It gets cold and they want to put their hoodie back on because they got cold, and they have it in their bag, so they put it back on, and we just don't want to do that. So the best thing to do is to come in dress code. Otherwise, if we have something out of dress code, the hoodies and the hats and so on and so forth, we're going to take them up. We give them to their 8th period teacher, so that way when they get to their 8th period class before the end of the day, they can grab those and take those home with them. We're seeing a lot of hats showing up on campus as well, along with the hoodies and the slides, so please make sure we're taking care of those as well. And then finally, teachers, parents, I want to tell you that PSAT is right around the corner. This is a test that's designed primarily for sophomore students, so the entire sophomore class will be taking that PSAT test. We also have some juniors that have decided they want to take it again in order to prepare for the SAT. That's a great idea. That test is right around the corner. And then the first week or so of October, you're going to see more and more communication about that, how we're testing, where they need to be, and all the things involved with that. So keep your eye out on the PSAT testing as that comes around the corner. Again, guys, enjoy this weather, enjoy this weekend, get some rest, and we'll see you next week. And now for next week's announcements.